All right, so we're back for another deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
And this time we're looking at The World of Greyhawk Folio by Gary Gygax.
It all started here.
I mean, this is it.
The one.
Yeah, this
The
is
Goji.
ground zero.
Yeah, this is where all those campaigns came from.
Pretty much.
And so many other settings and so many.
It's crazy to think how many, like, fantasy books and things, this is probably influenced just by
Oh, yeah. Tons of them.
existing,
This is the one.
foundation.
So if you've ever battled a beholder or, been in a dungeon,
Pretty much all D&D comes from this.
you can thank this book.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back to the source here.
Absolutely.
We're going to look at all the details, the history, the crazy
If
stuff.
we're going deep.
Yeah, all the little things that make Greyhawk.
Oh, yeah, all the little connections,
Yeah.
things that make it really cool.
So if you've got your World of Greyhawk folio there,
Uh-huh.
grab it and follow along.
If you don't.
But if not, check out the link in the description below.
We've got a PDF down there for you.
Uh-huh.
And while you're down there,
Yes.
like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff.
Share, leave a comment.
Yeah, tell us about your experiences with Greyhawk or
Yeah.
if we got anything wrong down there.
Always happy to hear from you.
Okay, first impressions. What hit you when you first opened this thing up?
Oh, man, like a treasure chest.
Yeah,
Right?
it's dense.
It is. You got maps and descriptions of countries, cities, the history. There's even a calendar system in here.
Yeah, it's great.
All this information just packed in.
It's all really concise, too.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah, it's like bullet points almost.
Right, you get the name, the ruler, population.
It's like Gygax knew that dungeon masters
Needed information.
need stuff fast.
Yeah,
you
then
know?
you knew what we wanted.
Yeah, they're in the middle of a game and they're like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
What's the population of this town? Boom.
Exactly, it's all right there.
It's all right there.
But with tons of depth, too.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like a dungeon master cheat sheet,
It is, totally.
but there's so much more you can do with it.
Well, that's the thing. He gives you the spark, but you gotta, make it your own.
You run with it.
It's world building, like collaborative.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's one of the coolest things about Greyhawk is it feels like, anyone can jump in and make it their own.
Right.
And speaking of world building,
Mm-hmm.
the map in this folio, it focuses on just the eastern part of Oerik, the Flaness.
Right.
Why do you think Gygax chose this spot to be like the main setting?
Well, I think part of it was practicality. He
Right.
was running his own campaign
Right.
right in that area.
I think
And
he did it in like a basement or something crazy.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But it's also narratively cool.
Yeah.
The Flaness is like this crossroads of cultures, different races. It's a battleground.
Empires rising and falling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the time.
Perfect for D&D.
Yeah, always something happening there.
It's almost like he took what was happening at his table and then just expanded it out
Exactly.
into this whole world.
His little sandbox blew it up.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
All right, so speaking of stories,
let's do it.
let's dive into the history of this place.
Okay.
This is where it gets juicy.
Ancient civilizations, empires.
Oh, yeah, cataclysmic events.
We're going way back to the
no,
Flan.
The Flan, they were like the first ones.
The first people
Yeah, to be here, right?
on Oerik.
Yeah.
Then come these waves of
The
invaders
Veclunish and the Suluise.
pushing the Flan out.
Yeah.
Classic migration story, but Gygax makes it.
He makes it epic.
He does. It's like mythic.
Yeah, it's like the foundation of everything.
It is.
Yeah.
It sets off this chain reaction.
Empires rise and fall,
Like the Great Kingdom.
run by the Eardy dynasty.
It spanned almost the entire Flannis.
the whole thing.
Yeah, almost all of it.
And then,
And,
boom, the twin cataclysms.
oh, man.
Talk about shake up.
Yeah, it changed everything.
Like Gygax took a cosmic sledgehammer,
That's a good way to put it.
yeah, to the world.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the Great Kingdom's fractured. New powers are popping up.
Everything's different.
Yeah, and this sets the stage for, like, the Greyhawk we know.
Right, the classic Greyhawk setting.
I love that. It's such a good storytelling move.
It is.
You introduce this chaos, and then
Keeps things interesting.
out of that, you get all these new countries and cities.
Yeah, all this cool stuff.
So you got the Great Kingdom still kicking around.
Yeah, they're still around.
But they're surrounded.
Oh, yeah.
You got Greyhawk City, adventurers.
Troublemaker.
Oh, yeah, troublemakers galore.
It's the place to be.
And then you've got the Wild Coast.
Untamed.
Oh, yeah.
All those rumors.
Lost civilization.
Lost treasures.
And, of course, tons of danger.
You can't forget the danger.
And that's not even talking about all the different races.
Oh, yeah. So many races.
You got humans, elves, dwarves, halflings, gnomes, and so many more.
It's like a fantasy buffet
It is.
in here.
All coexisting.
Sometimes peacefully, sometimes not so much.
Sometimes not.
But it's cool how Gygax uses all these races to make different societies and cultures.
Yeah.
So, like, you've got the Elves of Selene. They're super isolationist, kind of mystical, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the Dwarves of the Iron Hills. They're all about crafting and trading.
They make the best stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone wants their stuff.
And then, of course, you've got the humans with their kingdoms and empires.
So many different flavors.
Oh, yeah. Each one's unique.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying, here's this world full of possibilities.
Go nuts.
Go choose your race, choose your culture, choose your adventure.
Absolutely.
And hey, if you've got some thoughts about that, drop them down in the comments below.
Yeah, we love hearing from you.
Let us know what you think.
Tell us about your experiences.
Your corrections, whatever.
Yeah, we're all learning here.
We're all learning together.
It's a community. So before we get too deep into the specifics of the countries and cities,
Okay.
let's take a second to appreciate the geography of this place.
Geography.
Oerik, it's not just a backdrop.
Oh, it's a character.
It is a character.
In the story.
Yeah.
Big time.
Let's talk about the mountains, the forests, rivers.
Oh, and those mysterious lakes.
Oh, yeah. There are some good ones.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
They're good.
We're on the same page here.
Awesome.
All right. So,
You ready to dive in?
yeah, let's do it.
All right. We've got these huge plains and dense forests,
Yeah.
treacherous mountains,
Mm-hmm.
even these strange bodies of water like the Nile Div.
Ah, the Nardiv.
You know it?
A lake that's supposed to be bottomless.
Yeah, full of creepy legend.
Oh, yeah. Tons of stories about what lives down there.
Oh, yeah.
It's the kind of place you throw at your players when you want to scare them good,
Yeah.
like a little Lovecraftian horror.
Oh, absolutely.
It's perfect for that,
I love how Gygax mixes like classic fantasies.
with like that kind of cosmic dread stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
Yeah, adds a whole other layer of mystery to the world.
There are some things even the most powerful wizards shouldn't mess with.
Yeah, like a crack in reality or something.
Yeah.
You get a glimpse of something ancient and really powerful.
Yeah.
And it's not the only one, right?
Oh, no, there's plenty more.
You got the Rift Canyon.
This huge scar on the land.
Yeah, like a reminder of how powerful the twin cataclysms were.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the Celadon Forest,
Primordial.
full of ancient evils.
Yeah, it's not just a forest. It's
Bro.
like a source of power.
Yeah.
Where you got druidic magic mixed with all this dark stuff.
It's the perfect place for a campaign that's like,
About the edges of civilization.
yeah, like where civilization meets the wild.
Order and chaos.
I love how Greyhawk isn't afraid to get kind of dark.
Oh, yeah.
It's not all happy and fun.
There's real danger out there.
Yeah, there's real mystery lurking beneath the surface.
Absolutely.
No. Now, when Gygax was making all this, did he have specific stories in mind?
He did.
Like, did he ever run his own games in Greyhawk?
Yeah, a lot of the details in the folio are straight from his own campaigns.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was a master storyteller.
It's so cool.
We would weave what his players did into the lore of the setting.
So, like, he was shaping the world
Oh, yeah.
based on what they did.
Through their choices.
So the world was kind of born out of actual gameplay.
It was.
That's incredible.
It makes it feel more real,
It does, yeah.
more lived in.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the countries themselves.
Okay.
We've mentioned the big ones, the Great Kingdom, Greyhawk City.
Uh-huh.
But what about some of the smaller places?
Oh, there are so many cool spots
Yeah.
hidden in this book.
Give me some examples.
If you're looking for lawlessness and intrigue,
Okay.
you've got the Bandit Kingdoms.
The Bandit Kingdoms.
A bunch of states run by bandits.
Sounds about right.
It's a volatile
A
region.
lot of shifting alliances.
Yeah, and power struggles.
Perfect for adventurers.
Absolutely.
Especially if they're rogues.
Oh, yeah, it's a breeding ground for those types.
So if you want a campaign that's less saving the kingdom
Yeah.
and more taking advantage of chaos,
Exactly.
the Bandit Kingdoms are the place to be.
It's perfect for player-driven stories.
Actions have consequences.
Oh, yeah, big time.
You could make or lose a fortune really quick.
Overnight.
Yeah, it's like the Wild West, but with magic and swords.
Absolutely. Swords and sorcery.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, what about places that are really different?
Okay.
Like something that surprised you?
Well, there's the Lordship of the Isles.
What's they?
It's a bunch of islands ruled by buccaneers,
Like pirates?
basically.
Wait, they've got their own government.
They do. They're state-sanctioned pirates.
That's amazing.
They prey on shipping lanes,
Yeah.
but they're also fiercely independent,
I love it.
protective of their territory.
It's a perfect mix of adventure and politics.
It is.
You could have a whole seafaring campaign there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm really starting to see why people love this world.
Yeah, it's got that classic fantasy stuff.
But then it throws in these crazy twists.
It's familiar,
Yeah.
but also full of surprises.
It's no wonder people are still playing in Greyhawk.
Oh, yeah. Decades later.
So many years later.
It's timeless.
And it's always evolving.
Absolutely. With every new campaign.
Yeah, with every new story.
It gets richer and more detailed.
I love that.
It's a testament to the power of storytelling.
And the legacy of D&D.
Absolutely.
Speaking of legacy, let's talk about the calendar system.
The calendar.
It's pretty unique.
Oh, yeah. It's not your typical 12 months and 7 days.
It's got its own names for days and months.
It does.
And like a whole cycle of festivals.
Yeah, 4 major festivals.
That shape life in Greyhawk.
They do. They set the rhythm of the year.
It's not just Tuesday.
No.
It could be Star Day.
It could be God's Day.
I love those names.
It's so immersive.
It is.
You really feel like you're in this world. And it gives dungeon masters so many options.
Yeah, you could plan a whole adventure around a specific festival.
Oh, yeah.
Or a holiday.
Absolutely.
Or even a celestial event.
It adds so much depth.
Yeah.
To the campaign.
It's like he was saying, this isn't just a game world. This is a living culture.
Exactly.
It's got its own traditions and beliefs.
It does.
That's fascinating.
It is.
Did Gygax ever go into detail about specific events?
He did?
Like what happens during Harvest Fest in Greyhawk?
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other story.
We'll have to save that for another deep dive.
We could talk for hours about that.
Okay, but before we get ahead of ourselves,
yeah,
we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
We talked about history, geography, races, cultures.
We even talked about the calendar.
And we've barely scratched the surface.
The setting is so rich.
Yeah.
And deep.
Now, before we move on,
What?
I want to hear from you guys.
Yes. Tell us about your Greyhawk experiences.
Have you ever run a campaign in this world?
What hidden gems have you found?
Yeah, tell us in the comments below.
We love learning from you.
We're all exploring this world together.
Absolutely.
All right, we've still got a lot more to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So in the next part,
Huh?
we're going to take a closer look at some of the specific countries and cities.
The places that make Greyhawk so vibrant.
So stick around.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to our Greyhawk Deep Dive. So we've traveled all across Oerik, looked at the history, geography, met all the different folks who live there. But now let's zoom in a little.
Let's get specific.
Yeah, on the places that make this world so memorable.
Absolutely.
We've mentioned the Great Kingdom and Greyhawk City, the big ones.
The heavy hitters.
Yeah, but there's all these other nations too, each with its own story to tell.
Oh, yeah, tons of them.
And they offer different kinds of adventures.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
You could run a real gritty political campaign in the Great Kingdom.
Lots of intrigue.
Or maybe a pirate adventure in the Lordship of the Isles.
Swashbuckling fun.
And then here's the Wild Coast, if you want a sandbox campaign,
Oh, yeah, that's where it's at.
where the players get to really make their mark.
It's less detailed on purpose.
Yeah, like Gygax left it open.
Yeah, he was like, go wild, make it your own.
It's like a lost world just waiting to be rediscovered.
So many possibilities.
And that's why people are still playing in Greyhawk.
It's timeless.
It really is.
It's amazing.
All right, so let's talk about some of the details.
The nitty-gritty.
Yeah. What makes these places tick?
Okay, so Greyhawk City,
That's a good one.
always something going on.
You've got the city council trying to keep things in order.
Right.
But then you have the Thieves Guild
Up to no good.
and all those crazy wizards.
Oh, yeah, those wizards.
Yeah, always scheming and stuff.
Always vying for power.
It's like a powder keg ready to blow.
It could erupt at any moment.
Perfect for a campaign full of intrigue and backstabbing.
Oh, yeah, lots of twists and turns.
And probably some epic heists.
Absolutely, you gotta have heists.
Then you've got the Free City of Divers.
A trading hub.
Yeah. Known for its merchants and its diversity.
It's a melting pot.
Under the surface.
There's tension.
Oh, yeah. Ancient grudges, simmering conflicts.
Get opportunities.
For adventurers.
Of course.
It's a good reminder that even in a fantasy world, you need money.
Yeah. You gotta pay for those potions.
Got to keep those swords sharp.
Exactly.
So you can't just be dungeon delving all the time.
Gotta make a living.
Speaking which,
Yeah.
the dwarves of the Iron Hills,
They're loaded.
they're the best craftsmen.
The best.
Everyone wants their stuff.
Weapons, armor.
It's top notch.
It's all top quality.
But their minds, they cause a lot of trouble too.
Oh, yeah. There's conflict.
Yeah, you could have a whole campaign about a trade war.
Or maybe the players find a lost dwarven forge.
With ancient secrets.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, something that could shift the balance of power.
It's classic D&D trope.
It is, but it works.
It does.
And then there's Selene, the Elven realm.
Shrouded in mystery.
Yeah, full of magic and ancient secrets.
A refuge from the world.
It's like time moves differently there.
It does.
Nature rules supreme.
It's beautiful.
You could run a really atmospheric campaign there.
Lots of exploration.
Ancient rituals.
Maybe even some fae encounters.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Very cool.
Okay, now for something completely different.
Right, hit me.
The Hold of Stonefist
Home of the ogres.
and other monstrous races.
It's brutal.
That's a harsh land.
You gotta fight to survive.
My makes, right?
Absolutely.
It's like the post-apocalyptic wasteland of Greyhawk.
Yeah, good analogy.
It's a nice contrast to the more civilized areas.
It shows the range of the setting.
Yeah, Gygax wasn't afraid to create places that are morally gray.
Where good and evil aren't so clear-cut.
And that's what makes Greyhawk so fascinating.
It's a world of contrasts.
Yeah, full of complexity and possibilities.
You never know what you're gonna find around the corner.
Exactly. Adventure, danger, intrigue, wonder.
It's all there.
It's a world that's still being discovered.
Even after all these years.
Every new campaign adds to the story.
It's incredible.
And we wouldn't be here without you guys, our awesome listeners.
You're the best.
So keep those Greyhawk stories coming.
We love hearing them.
What are your favorite locations?
What kind of campaigns have you run?
Let us know in the comments.
We're all in this together.
Don't forget to check out the link to the World of Greyhawk Folio PDF.
It's in the description below.
You can explore this world for yourself.
Dive right in.
And make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell.
So you don't miss out on future deep dives.
We'll see you next time.
Happy gaming, everybody!